Okay, so first two housekeeping things. I know it's redundant, but our next meeting is Thursday, March 12th, at our usual place at the VFW, 65 East Merrick Road in Valley Stream, New York. We're changing the format a little. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. is newbie hour. Anybody can come and ask anything. Um, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock is our usual format where people come and we network, we talk to each other. There's some snacks, and there's a presentation at about 8 o'clock. We have a good one this month, and then we get kicked out at 9 o'clock. That's number one. Number two, if you get any value out of these videos and you like them, please like below. It's very important. Click like, share them. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Comment. We respond to all the comments. So we're going to talk about a comment I got yesterday. So yesterday I was talking about building a buyer's list, and I said that I believe that for a lot of people, they use building a buyer's list as an excuse to not actually do what they should do, which is call sellers, speak to sellers, and try and get deals. And what I said in a nutshell was that buyers are relatively important, but they're not half as important as the sellers. And that I see all the time people using excuses. I need a business card, or I need to build a buyer's list, to not make the calls to sellers, because it's something called call reluctance. And I went through that completely. When I was first married, I was a stockbroker, and my job was to make $300 a day, and I think it's 30 connects a day, and make 10 pitches a day, and build up a book of business to buy these stocks. And it's hard when you start, because it's a subconscious call reluctance, right? Like everything I'm going to say now is something you're going to know, but I'm trying to get into the psychology of it. So call reluctance is when guys, and I'm certainly guilty of that now, and I was guilty of that then, you'll do anything to not get on the phone. You'll spend 2 hours at lunch. You'll talk to some guy about something you don't even care about. You don't want to get on the phone because, and it's not a conscious thing, right? Because ideally you should be on the phone. You should be making the calls. You want to get paid. You want to make money. Same thing in the real estate business now. You want to talk to sellers. You want to make money. But there's so much rejection on the other side of that line. There's so much negative energy that comes with it that and I really believe it's a subconscious thing. And on some level, and you'll see this in the stockbroker world, the guys who are less intelligent, I know it sounds funny, do better, because they don't think about it and they just do it blindly. And the comment I got yesterday was that I have all this call reluctance. I can't call, and I want to know what to do about it. And he mentioned that he had a problem with English. Now, obviously, you got to get better at English. So a couple of things. Number one is the only way to overcome it. The only way is to do it, and that sounds stupid and foolish, right? If you could do it, you would do it. But the truth is, I've heard people define self-esteem as overcoming things that you didn't think you were able to do and doing them. You got to call. You got to call. So a couple of things you can do. First of all, I still get on a weekly role play call with other people who I think are better than me on the phone, and I still do it because I still make mistakes on the phone. So certainly, if you're interested in calling me, you can call me and we can go through a role play, and I'll tell you if your English is really bad or if it's not, and we can talk about what you can do to improve it. That's number one. You should get on a call. Just call people where there's no fear of rejection. Well, actually, I may pound you on the call, but that's not important. The other thing to do is really just to blindly do it, and even if it's 15 minutes at a time, just say I'm going to make as many calls as I can in 15 minutes. And what happens over time is you build up a resistance to it, and what that means is that consciously you understand nobody's going to do anything to you over the phone, even if they scream at you or say they're going to call the police. Nothing's going to happen to you. But you need to get that into your subconscious. And the only way that your conscious mind will convince your subconscious is by actually doing it. So for example, if you can't call, I would say pick 15 minutes and just dial, right? And whatever happens, happens. I don't care if a guy tells you you're the worst person ever and you're a scam artist. You're going to keep calling for 15 minutes. And you'll see if you do that for a month, a couple of weeks, you'll want to spend more time on the phone, a half hour on the phone. And you can do more and more. But you need to do it just so that your conscious mind, which knows that there's no real problem there, can convince your subconscious mind that you're going to do this even though there might be some negative feelings about it. So that's the truth. I wish there was some magic way to do it, right? But so the guy who commented said, oh, girl, I'm not sure, that it was her English issue. Probably her English isn't that bad. Believe me, I call people all the time whose English is not good. I wish I spoke Spanish better. I'm trying to learn Spanish now. If I had Spanish skills, I might be better at it. And you can actually buy Spanish speaking leads. You might be better doing that if you want. And I don't even know what language the commenter speaks, so I'm guessing Spanish, but I don't know. Um, so it sounds ridiculous, but do it. But do it even in small chunks. Do it for 5 minutes a day if you have to, or do it till you get a connection, right? Till somebody answers, right? Because a lot of the calls you're going to call, no one's going to pick up. Do it until you get 2 connections. Do it until you get 3 connections. Do it that way, right? And then your conscious mind saying, this is what I need to do. This is how I'm going to make money. And nothing really bad is going to happen to me. Will convince your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind, which really controls most of what we do, into saying, you know what, it's not so bad. It's not the end of the world. It's worth it to make the calls. So I say to you, that's the way to do it. And if you need some help, you can call me. We'll go through some role play calls. I might be able to hook you up with some other people who are starting who also want to do role play calls. And role play call each other. One be the buyer, one be the seller, and talk it out, right? And work on a system, right? And be hard on each other. And see, once you get that in your head that, hey, it's not so bad. Even if the guy tells me you're a piece of crap, I hang up the phone, I call the next one, your subconscious will allow you to do it. I wish I can give you some other magic tip, but there really isn't any magic to it. It's just doing it. And I can tell you that, and I've said this a dozen times and I'll keep saying it again, the difference between people who are successful and the people who are not successful is that the successful people have failed a million more times than the unsuccessful people. Now, I want you to really think about that. You have to really look at every no you get on the phone as a one step closer to a yes. And you have to look at failure, however you want to define that, if it's a bad call or if it's a bad deal, as this was a learning experience, right? I saw that. You never lose. You either win or you learn. If that's how you approach calling, if that's how you approach everything in life, I'm either going to win or I'm going to learn from it. You're unstoppable in life. I really believe that is a trick. I'm either going to win or I'm going to learn. There is no failure until you give up. So you got to approach calling like that. And you've got to really think that consciously, I know I should do this. I got to drill it into my subconscious that I should do it and that I will do it. And you only do that by spending time on it. So thanks for the comment. Keep the comments coming. Please show up at our next meeting if you're in the New York area. And thank you for watching.